Yeah, it's Mother Boss Player coming at you with another movie review. I'm gonna talk about Winnie the Pooh 2, Blood and Honey. This movie was hilarious to me. I don't know how these people got the rights to Winnie the Pooh, but they really doing something crazy with this movie. I give this movie a 6 out of 10. They had Winnie the Pooh doing a little bit too much for me, man. It was randomly just killing people. I'm like, okay. And this one had a little bit more money behind it than the first one. The first one was way low budget. You could tell the second movie had some money behind it. It was low budget, but you can tell they tried to do a little bit more than what they did with the first movie. So I like that. The only thing I like about this movie is that, when the kills or whatever, they looked as fake. No blood and all that stuff, like dummies and stuff. You could tell that's when they ran out of money when the kills was going on, because it just looked fake. Everything looked fake. But what was funny about the movie was that Winnie the Pooh would just come up in people's houses, randomly killing people for no reason. I'm like, okay. Now they killed some people in the woods, which are okay. In the woods, that's their little area. I can understand that part, but at the end of the movie, they was going to people's houses. They went inside this club. They was just showing up, just killing random people for no reason. People didn't have nothing to do with nothing that was going on with them. That's the only thing I didn't like. Because they showed up at this club and just started killing random people that was in the club. I'm like, okay, what's the point of y'all doing that? I can see some of these people went to the woods and started messing with y'all in the woods, but they didn't want to wait for nobody to come to the woods, so they just went ahead and just started going to people's houses, going to parties, raves, or whatever it was, the club. I'm like, okay, that don't make any sense. Then they had two characters, like a bird character. They didn't explain nothing about him. Then they had another character look like a tiger. I guess it was Tigger or whatever. But they didn't show him the whole movie until the end of the movie, where they was at that little club or whatever. And I'm like, okay, where did these two come from? Where did these two dudes come from? Then they had shot Piglet at the beginning of the movie. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, what's going on, man? I don't even know who the bird character was. He just came out of nowhere. So I don't know if it was the guy that was doing experiments on those kids. Whoever, they made Winnie the Pooh. Come to find out, it was Christopher Robin's brother, because he got took by this guy. It was a guy that was doing these experiments on these kids and putting animal DNA in them and stuff like that. So it was they explained it very well. So they just didn't think these just were some mythological creatures or something. So I like that part of the movie, but you can tell they ran out of money when it started coming to the kills, because they was just, you could tell the blood was fake. It was like dummies and rubber, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, I enjoyed this movie. There's another thing I didn't too much like is the heavy English accents. Some of the words they wasn't saying coming out right. It was just like, okay, they need subtitles with these English people, because you can't really understand what they're saying. They speak in English, but they got a heavy, thick accent. That's one thing about the movie I didn't like, but I enjoyed the movie. It was way better than the first one. Way better. I just didn't like the fact that they was just walking up at people's houses, killing people, instead of just, waiting for the people to go to woods like they did in the first movie. So they weren't randomly going up in people's houses in the first movies. The second movie, they just said, screw it. We just going to go up in these people's houses. We're going to go in these clubs. We're going to do whatever we want to do. And, that's what I didn't like about the movie. I'm like, okay. None of these people did anything to them for them to want to kill them like that. So, I guess they just needed just some more kills. But I give this movie a 6 out of 10, like I said earlier. Been Mother Boss Player, I'm a holler.